Hey guys, I'm Eric.
I'm Grace. We're the Wandering Ravens.
Today we are going on a special adventure because it is actually our wedding anniversary. We are celebrating how many years?
4 years, and you've already forgotten.
4 years of marriage today, and so far I don't think we've celebrated our wedding anniversary in the same place twice. Today it finds us in Northern Ireland. We are here in the beautiful beachside town of Portrush. To kick things off, we're gonna head into town and find ourselves some breakfast, and then we're gonna walk this way for as far as we can. Rumors tell us that there is a castle down there, a very romantic fairy tale castle. And so that's the mission: breakfast, beach walk, castle.
Oh, all right. So romantic.
Very romantic.
The coffee portion sizes here are much larger than they were in France. So we were in France before here, and the coffee they give you there is tiny. It's very potent in France though, so it does make you feel caffeinated, but I'm still just not used to the sheer volume of coffee you get not in France.
More coffee is better.
More coffee is always better. We hated it. Jokes. We really enjoyed it.
We're back down at the beach now. Breakfast is over. It was a very romantic breakfast.
I saw that they had gluten-free waffles. I got so excited and I was like, oh, can you make those dairy-free too? Is it possible? The guy was like, oh, usually we don't do it, but I'll ask my wife. Maybe she can work it out. And she pulled it off, and she pulled it off really well. They were fluffy. They were decadent.
They weren't bad. Also, how about this weather?
Perfect day for a walk to Causeway.
Very romantic. Perfect day for an anniversary.
Bad news, it's the Spanish Armada. They got tankers now.
Speaking of the Spanish Armada, I know that's not the Spanish Armada, but we do have a romantic story, because this is, you know, our anniversary. A romantic story featuring a Spanish boat called the Girona. Very beautiful name. Unfortunately for the Girona, its love story ended in tragedy as it struck the rocks. Possibly even those rocks right there. This ship was loaded with treasure, as well as 1,300 people, and Spain lost all of it, except for 9 survivors. Very sad story. I mean, possibly. I don't know if the Girona was a ship of war. It could have been coming to fight Northern Ireland, in which case this is a very happy story. Very romantic story, isn't it?
Very.
Very, very. Man in the sea, and a ship. Oh, yes.
And treasure, lots
and
of
treasure.
booty.
All right, let's move on. Somewhere down there's a castle, and we're gonna find it. We made it all the way down to the section of the beach which is called White Rocks. As you can see, we've got these giant, beautiful white rocks here. Tons of caves here as well. But instead of dragon's treasure, these caves are full of human shit. So look at them from a distance, but don't go inside would be my And we've got the seaweed queen over here.
It looks like a necklace. My anniversary gift to me.
We did get a little bit lost down on the beach. We couldn't find the stairs to get back up. So we asked some kind folks to show us the way. They provided some very nice conversation and walked us to the beginning of the trail just to make sure that we didn't get lost. Just another testament to how friendly Northern Irish people are. We just made it up from the beach, and now we're gonna be walking alongside the road. I think we see the ruins of a castle on the horizon. So if that's the castle everyone has been telling us about, then I think we're actually getting close.
Almost there. Hopefully the castle toilet is still in use.
Hello. 2 tickets. Contactless is okay? Perfect. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, guys, we have finally made it to our romantic and very beautiful castle. This here is Dunluce Castle. It is a gorgeous piece of masonry, and I am so excited to be here because this is actually the first time that I have ever been to a castle. We don't have a lot of these in America, so yeah, very excited. A little bit of background on this castle. This gorgeous piece of stonework was built between the year 1500 and into the 1550s. Originally, the castle was controlled by a family called the McQuillans until it was overtaken and captured by another rival family called the MacDonalds. Both families, I believe, were originally Scottish and were brought to Ireland by the English. The plan did backfire a number of times because the MacDonalds fought against the English and revolted against the English on a number of occasions. So not only was this castle a beautiful place with a manor hall and tapestries and carpets and all that sort of stuff, but it was also the site of a lot of battles. Very romantic. May our love be as enduring and robust as this piece of work. Now, before we cross the bridge and get into the castle, I did want to mention a fun fact for you guys. We were just reading the guidebook and we found out that this room here was originally the stable for the castle. So this would have been full of horses and stalls and that sort of stuff. Delicious. Now you may be wondering, Eric, why did you say delicious? Well, as it turns out, archaeologists have discovered horse bones in this area that have markings of butchery on them. So at this point in the 17th century, people were eating horses, a tradition which the French have continued to this day. Hello. We've found a window. It is very beautiful and romantic. Out here we have Portrush, but closer to the castle, just outside on this lawn, you can see what remains of ancient terraces. Well, not ancient, they're from when the castle was in use, so 1500s. So you can kind of see these steps, and that's where the castle gardens were. So if we had been here hundreds of years ago, we could be sitting here at this very romantic window, looking out and watching as gardeners pulled carrots and possibly horses out of the dirt.
This has got to be my favorite room in the castle so far. It is the kitchen, which is usually my favorite room in any house because food prep and all that is a lot of fun. Here are a few features that I love about this kitchen. Here we have a very, very large and spacious oven, perfect for Sunday horse roast. And we have the little chimney, which you can still see up and out of. That's cool.
Oh wow, yeah. There's the sky out the chimney.
And here we have what looks like a massive fireplace. They probably had a spit that came across here where they roasted horse, of course. Yeah, I'm just never gonna get over that.
We're in the very back of Dunluce Castle now, and as you can see, the wall comes along here, but then abruptly ends. And originally, this back of the castle would have been covered. There was a wall here as well that ran along the side, and they think that this was a living quarters for the family. One of the evidences of this is that this part of the castle had wood floors, whereas kitchens and servant quarters had stone floors. So this is where members of the MacDonald family would have lived. Legend tells us that the family was at feast here in the courtyard. There were people eating when suddenly they heard a great tremendous crash, and they all ran here into this part of the building, only to discover that here you can see there's nothing here. According to the legend, this happened in 1630 1839. And not only did the castle go into the ocean, but 6 maids went into the ocean as well.
Hope they could swim.
Hope they could swim. Unfortunately for the story, archaeologists have come against it, and they say that the castle didn't actually collapse until the 1800s, and no maids went into the sea. But you know archaeologists, next thing they'll be telling us is that the Giant's Causeway wasn't built by a giant. Through a surprising twist of fate, the Spanish galleon Girona has come back into the story again. We were just talking with a couple more of the groundskeepers, and apparently when the ship went down, again, way up the coast that way, the people that lived here in the castle were able to go and salvage things from the ship. And some of the things that they salvaged were cannons. A couple of those cannons were brought back here to the castle, and they knocked a couple of holes in the walls, which you can see here. And they put cannons there, and the cannons are facing the mainland so that they could be fired on people that were approaching the castle from the mainland.
If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a new video from us.
We're a couple of Americans on a multi-month adventure around the UK. This YouTube channel documents our journey. Follow along and see what happens.
Share all of your fun facts with us too. We always enjoy getting those.
And if you have recommendations of other things for us to do while we're in Northern Ireland, do drop those down there as well. Again, I'm Eric.
I'm Grace.
We're the Wandering Ravens.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Laters.